The movie begins in the Cretaceous period, where various creatures engage in a primal struggle for survival. Predators hunt smaller animals, and in a fierce encounter, a T-Rex becomes the target of the swift and deadly dino predators known as snappers. Suddenly, the massive megalodon emerges from the water and chomps down on the T-Rex before dragging its bloody corpse underwater. In the present day, Jonas Taylor emerges from a shipping container on a boat navigating the Philippine Sea. His mission is to thwart a group of individuals attempting to illegally dump toxic waste into the ocean. Swiftly gathering vital information, he takes down the goons with impressive combat skills. Following the confrontation, he leaps into the ocean, where he is rescued by Mac and Rigas in their chopper. At an oceanic institute in China, Juming Zhang is engaged in testing an underwater exosuit designed for various tasks beneath the waves. As the uncle of Mei Ying and the brother of the recently deceased Su Yin, Jonas has stepped into the role of a parental figure for Mei Ying. The institute hosts an event led by Juming's business partner, Hilary Driscoll. During the event, Juming pays homage to Su Yin and their late father, expressing a commitment to advancing ocean-based research in their memory. Juming introduces Haiki, a captured megalodon that intriguingly seems to respond to his commands. Meanwhile, Jonas becomes wary of a suspicious man named Montes, who seems to be observing him closely at the gathering. Juming attempts a test utilizing a device emitting noises intended to repel Haiki and keep it at a safe distance. During the second phase of the test, Haiki ignores the signals, causing concern among the crew for Juming's safety. To their relief, Juming re-enters the station unharmed. Jonas expresses apprehension about Juming's risky approach and begins to worry about Haiki's unpredictable behavior. Unfortunately, when left unattended, Haiki manages to breach the vents, escaping into the open waters. Jonas, accompanied by Juming, Mac, Rigas, and DJ, embarks on an expedition to the Mana 1 research facility for a journey into the Mariana Trench. They are joined by another analyst named Jess. Despite Jonas's instructions for Mei Ying to stay behind for safety, she manages to stow away. Submerged in a submersible, the crew makes a startling discovery that Haiki has broken free and is now accompanied by 2 additional megalodons. Meanwhile, Montes, overseeing a mineral farming operation, becomes aware of the Mana 1 crew's presence and ruthlessly destroys his own team, leading to the crash of the other sub. Reporting to Driscoll, his superior, Montes is instructed to thwart the Mana 1 crew from uncovering their operations at the station. After everyone picks themselves up, Mac, who remains at the station, determines that the sub was sabotaged. Forced to abandon the sub, the crew uses their exosuits with limited oxygen, making their way towards the nearby station. Tragedy strikes when Lance is fatally attacked by underwater creatures, and Sal sacrifices herself by pushing a crew member out of harm's way, only to be devoured by a megalodon. As they reach the station, Curtis experiences a suit malfunction, resulting in the implosion of her suit due to a cracked helmet just before the water is drained from the station. The survivors grapple with the harsh realities of their perilous underwater expedition. Stranded in the station, the crew searches for a means of communication and assistance. They manage to activate a video monitor and connect with the station, only to uncover Jess's betrayal. Jess, aligned with Driscoll's team, thwarts their escape by releasing the vital escape pods. Driven by her allegiance to Driscoll, Jess orders Rigas to shoot Jonas, intending to secure Mei Ying's return. However, Rigas, torn between loyalty and morality, finds herself unable to carry out the ruthless act. Driscoll then takes command of the communication and unveils her sinister plan to exploit Juming's groundbreaking technology for their own secretive operation. In order to get out, Jonas locates another sub and attempts to drain the water from it. However, the task proves overwhelming, causing him to lose consciousness. Montes seizes the opportunity, revealing a deep-seated grudge against Jonas, stemming from past criminal charges that landed him in prison. A brief fight happens between the two, but Jonas prevails, enabling the crew to board the sub for their escape. Simultaneously, Mac and DJ uncover damning video evidence of Jess's sabotage, exposing her betrayal. As the crew strives to flee, Driscoll's mercenaries pursue Mac and DJ. Despite their efforts to evade capture by diving into the ocean, they find themselves apprehended. Returning to Mana 1, Jonas and the crew engage in a fierce confrontation with the mercenaries, successfully freeing Mac and DJ. As the threat of the megalodons escalates, the creatures close in on the station. Montes, reuniting with Jess, his girlfriend, seeks refuge behind what he believes to be Meg-proof glass. In an unexpected turn of events, one of the megalodons effortlessly breaches the supposedly secure barrier, devouring Jess whole and leaving Montes in a state of shock. With the station compromised and flooding, the crew hastily boards a raft in a bid to escape. In pursuit, the mercenaries launch their own raft, only to meet a grisly fate as they become Meg food as well. The crew starts making their way toward a resort called Fun Island, while Jonas is creating harpoons with explosives and poison to use against the Megs. Montes then starts going after the crew with the remaining mercs. Nearby, a boat with other tourists gets pulled into the water by a giant squid. Amidst the chaos, Driscoll and her team attempt a desperate escape from the island, only to be confronted by the deadly snappers. In a brutal turn of events, one of the creatures seizes Driscoll, dragging her away to a gruesome dead. Simultaneously, the crew undertakes a heroic effort to evacuate tourists from the water as the megalodons emerge, unleashing a feeding frenzy on unsuspecting guests. Jonas, along with DJ, Mac, Regas, and Jiuming, divides their efforts to rescue as many people as possible. Mei Ying bravely joins the mission, diving into the water to aid in the rescue efforts. As the crew encounters the remaining mercenaries, a tense standoff ensues until Mac ingeniously convinces DJ to open a door, allowing the ferocious snappers to swarm in and dispatch the armed threats. Mac and Jiuming, determined to escape, locate Driscoll's chopper and initiate their ascent. In a daring move, they set the pursuing snappers ablaze, dousing them with jet fuel and igniting a fiery barrier between themselves and the relentless predators. In a harrowing confrontation, Jonas skillfully dispatches one Meg by thrusting an explosive harpoon into its face. However, as he prepares to confront the next threat, Montes launches an assault on Jonas. Their fight is short-lived, with Jonas managing to kick Montes into the ocean just as the next Meg lunges out of the water, devouring him in a swift. The squid then causes havoc on the resort, claiming more lives. With the situation escalating, Jiuming takes decisive action by creating a bomb and strategically embedding it into the squid's side. The megalodon, Haiki, enters the scene, engaging and ultimately defeating the massive squid, restoring a semblance of order. The final Meg targets Jonas, who draws its attention. In a daring and intense confrontation, Jonas seizes a broken chopper blade, expertly impaling the Meg through its formidable mouth, securing the safety of those remaining and bringing an end to the terrifying ordeal. Jonas, Mac, and Jiuming get in the water to swim back to land, but Haiki starts coming their way. Jiuming uses his device to get her to swim around them and turn around. He thinks she really does listen to him, but Jonas suggests she is following dolphins. The three get back to the beach with Regas, Mei Ying, and DJ. Jiuming suggests that Haiki got out of her enclosure because it was mating season and she might be pregnant. Jonas says it's better not to think about it while they sit to have drinks and enjoy their survival.